Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Hogwarts Legacy. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Zero. Let's get to it. Alright, so today we're continuing on, just getting settled into Hogwarts, but before we get to that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. So let's get into it. So previously we had the beginning of Hogwarts Legacy.
Which way is the common room?
Where we were transferring in as a fifth year. We didn't really know where we came from initially, but we had to take some intermediary coursework with Professor Fig over the summer. We had some run-ins on the way to Hogwarts, learned that we have this connection to ancient magic that no one else seems to have. Went to Gringotts, the Goblin Bank, for the wizarding community, and went through the sorting hat ceremony. So jam-packed with different activities and momentous things happening. So we're continuing on. This is our first day in our common room and in Hogwarts. So first day of classes, etc. Now we're in the Gryffindor house. Obviously, if you're in one of the other houses, it's going to be different. Each house is unique. So at some point, I do want to go to the different common rooms and look some more, just to enjoy it. So let's go ahead and get to know our fellow dorm mates here and see what's going on, and obviously play with the globes a little bit. So let's see what everyone has to say and then come back to it.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's not a complicated spell. I should be able to do it non-verbally. Why is this not working? Ugh! Oh, hello there. Welcome to Gryffindor. I'm Cressida.
Pleasure to meet you, Cressida.
Splendidly theatrical arrival to the sorting ceremony last evening. Made it in by the skin of your teeth. Is it true that you're Professor Fig's protege?
No, I merely studied with him briefly before we arrived.
Blast! I was hoping he might have given you some advice on non-verbal casting.
Is that what you were trying to do just there?
Oh, yes. Having a spot of trouble. I've mastered the charm using its incantation, but this is proving a bit trickier.
A little more practice ought to do it.
I practiced all summer. I can cast spells more complicated than this one without speaking. What's so difficult about this one? I'm just going to keep at it.
Do most students know how to cast non-verbally?
Not at all. Hogwarts doesn't teach non-verbal casting until the 6th year, and even then, many struggle with it. I'm simply trying to get ahead of the game.
Is it really that difficult to cast non-verbally?
Oh, yes. And if you don't get it just right, the results can be, shall we say, awkward. Once, I tried to cast Depulso non-verbally on a goblet in the Great Hall and ended up launching Professor Sharp's Yorkshire pudding into his face. He was not happy.
Well, good luck with it. It was nice to meet you, Cressida.
You as well. Enjoy your first day.
I hope a professor catches her this time.
If I get caught, she gets bolder every year.
I've never had difficulties with bouncing bulbs. Simple knockback jinx on
have a
hands
sip.
all you need.
Go on. Sure you don't want to try it? Brewed it myself. Hello, you're the new 5th year. Pleased to meet you. I'm Gareth Weasley. Heard about your travels here. Can't believe it. Glad you and Fig are all right. Is it true that someone from the Ministry was with you in the carriage?
Oh, yes. A friend of Professor Fig's.
Oh, didn't mean to pry. Nasty business, dragons. Again, very glad you're here.
Thank you, Gareth. So am I. Are you related to Professor Weasley?
I am. She's my aunt.
Must be nice having an aunt for a professor.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Aunt Matilda tends to treat me as if I'm a first year. Keeps too close an eye on me. It's all a bit suffocating, to be honest. Still, she means well. And she's an incredibly powerful witch. She'll have your back.
Are you having butterbeer for breakfast?
Oh no. I've been perfecting a recipe I came up with over the summer. I'm almost there, based on some reactions that may need a bit more work.
Seems you enjoy brewing. Might I assume that you've a talent for potions of all sorts?
Well, as I see it, there's little difference, fundamentally, between brewing a modification to butterbeer and a Wiggenweld potion. Though, I'm not certain Professor Sharp would make the connection. He doesn't appreciate my, creativity as much as you might think.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Gareth, and thank you for the insights on your aunt.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Good luck today.
I mistook a Snarglass pod for a Hufflepuff the other day. She gets bolder every year. Anytime soon.
That girl thinks she can get away with anything.
Don't fall off this time, Nellie.
Why is everyone so highly strung? It's perfectly safe. Well, hello. Don't mind me. I find it helpful to change my point of view now and again. Put things in perspective. Once I made it to the top of Gryffindor Tower, from the outside, without a broom.
Goodness.
I'm Nellie, by the way. Nellie Ogspire. I've heard rumors about what happened to you on your way to Hogwarts. Is it true? About the dragon?
It's true, and I was almost killed. Professor Fig and I were lucky to escape with our lives.
How awful for you. And of course, that poor man from the Ministry. But still, you got to see a dragon. Anyway, you've certainly brought some much-needed excitement to Gryffindor. And Hogwarts, for that matter.
What exactly are the rumors about my journey to Hogwarts?
That you escaped a dragon attack? Isn't that enough? Most of us arrive via train or boat, not having just escaped the jaws of a dragon. Of course it's got people talking. Word travels fast at Hogwarts.
I take it you're not afraid of heights?
It's something I've always done, since I was little. My mother once found me on the roof when I was 5. Still has no idea how I got there. But with all the strange hallways and rooms in the castle, and everything lurking in and outside the grounds, you don't need to scale a tower to see something incredible here.
I'd imagine most students have never seen a dragon. Have you?
Goodness, no. And I've never heard of one attacking a carriage like that. Not enough meat in a carriage, I'd think.
I'm sure I'll be seeing you around, either in our common room or when you scale your next tower.
You never know. Bye for now.
So it was cool to see some of the different personalities in the common room. So that's pretty cool. And obviously not, I would say, the typical. And although very, very similar to what we've seen of the Gryffindor common room in the movies, there are still considerable differences, fleshed out a little bit more and a little bit more detail. So if you're wondering, the music throughout was not turned off, so due to copyright, etc. I would have to mute. So sections that might not have anything, that is due to that, but that should be changed here just a second. So we'll be able to hear dialogue and everything rather than just watch it. Alright, so one of the ways that we're going to catch up is this field guide. Hogwarts Field Guide. Alright, and a whole bunch of stuff just flew out. So basically, it's an empty book.
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help
Wizard's Field Guide. Ah, so Hogwarts themed Wizard's Field Guide. So it's not just for Hogwarts, it's for anything having to do with the wizarding world.
Thank you.
So let's go ahead and see what this is about. Field Guide is going to be instrumental, I think, throughout the game, starting right now.
This way.
So we'll get our first whatever it has to do with this field guide. We can see Peeves.
I would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train
Still a well, he is a bit of a jester, isn't he? Mischief maker is what I would originally have said, since the Baron's the only one that can control him. Nobody else. Nobody else. None of the other ghosts, none of the professors, etc. All right. Baruffio. S instead of an F. So enunciation, very important in spell work. There we go. We got a little bit of experience. There we go. This is our introduction. %. So there's what, roughly 100 pages to find. Locked challenges, field guide pages in Hogwarts. So we'll regularly be able to get different clothing.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Revelio.
So there we go. We just have to keep our eyes open. the portraits are all moving.
No time to waste. You've classes to attend.
So cool. Look at that. So I wonder, I mean, we'll find out, obviously, but if the only way to get galleons is to find them.
Good timing.
Good timing, she says.
How to use blue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Blue flames. They didn't actually put in like fireplaces for the Flu network. So, so you just speak into the flame, and then the flame will take you. I know, it's just a way to fast travel throughout the game. You unlock the fast travel point, and then you go to it, and then it adds it to your network of fast travel points.
Here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
So Central Hall is
Always something happening
the
here.
King's
It's
Cross.
the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
Yeah. So go anywhere basically from here and
That
get there.
should be all for now. You'll be
quickly.
expected to attend both charms
Relatively
and
quickly.
Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today.
All
And
right,
I'd like
Charms
to be sure
class
you
and
get to
Defense Against the
Hogsmeade
Dark
as
Arts.
soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect.
Exactly what you might
Charms, jinxes,
expect.
all terribly
Spells,
useful.
charms, and
I think you'll
jinxes.
enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever,
Professor Ronan,
entertaining wizard.
clever and entertaining. Well, if he's at Hogwarts, he must be
About the
talented.
Defense Against the Dark Arts class.
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
You mentioned Hogsmeade,
I just
Hogsmeade
I just
is
want to
the
see what
only
she says.
all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of
It's the
shops
only
and
all
pubs.
wizarding
You should
village
be
in
able to
Britain.
find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a
Interesting.
butterbeer
I didn't
there
realize
with
it was,
friends in due course.
was for the time,
Thank you,
perhaps.
Professor Weasley.
There
A
are
lot
all
to absorb
wizarding
on your
communities
first
that have
day,
popped up
And
since.
you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time.
If you have an
Judging
all
by your
wizarding
adept
community,
use of
there's
Revelio
obviously
earlier,
things that they have to
I'd
do
say
in order
Professor Fig
to
succeeded
remain
at
that
least
way.
showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
Unplottable
He's been
and
terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival.
secret
specifically
keepers
about what
and
happened
whatnot.
after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
So, Professor Fig said don't tell anyone else, so
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said.
quite
Speak
astute,
of the
I
devil.
think.
Professor Fig, your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to
That,
have provided our new fifth
coat
year
she's
with a
wearing
solid
is
foundation in
fantastic.
The basics of spellcasting.
Ah.
The
I'm afraid I
detail
don't
on
take
it
all the
is
credit there,
amazing.
Professor. They've a rare
Much like
aptitude for magic,
Professor
it seems.
Fig's scarf
Just glad you
and
were
general
right in
attire.
peace. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of the dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem
Yeah.
that it chose us.
Very well.
Professor Fig
No
does
chit-chat. I
have
need to get
that,
across myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the
je ne sais quoi quality, kind of like Dumbledore.
Good luck to
Doesn't
And
answer what he
remember
doesn't want to
use
answer,
your
and
field guide. It will be invaluable to you.
is quite
And
good
invaluable to
at
me, as
well,
I'll
at
be
magic
here
in
to keep
general, I
up to date
think,
on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
but not
In fact, I'll be in
as
my classroom after you've
knowledgeable.
attended both classes
Because
today, and
although
I'll
he
explain
knew
more
because
about
of
those
his
assignments
wife
I
about
mentioned,
ancient
and
magic,
see if we can't get you to
he didn't
Hogwarts
really
for
have
supplies.
the 411 on what was going on. How Dumbledore always seemed to be, 5
It's
steps
good to see you,
ahead
Professor.
and know
you.
what was going
I
on.
was hoping our paths would cross
Even when
today
he said he didn't
before you
know
emerged
what
with
was
something
going on,
studies.
he was always
Did I hear
prepared
you
for what might
masterfully
happen.
evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our
Yeah, late arrival.
I did my best. But
Yeah, either one
I'm
is a good
fairly
answer, I
certain
think.
She suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
So you
Yes, well,
can
Professor Weasley was
change how
brilliant
people
and astute witch.
react to
It was
you
right to keep the
in, I
details
think,
to
certain
yourself for now.
situations, depending
We
on
don't
what
know where
answers
this
you
path
give.
we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more
For instance,
with your time, then she would
if we had said something to
and
Professor
she may feel
Weasley
obliged to share
about what
details
had
with the
happened,
headmaster that would be better
Professor
left
Fig
between
might
us.
not
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now,
trust us
as
with
capable
as much
as you are,
information in the
I
future.
believe the ability
I
you
mean,
possess
it's hard to say
obliges
without
you to be well
actually going
trained.
through the game,
Happily, you have
you know,
the
5 or
benefit of
6
an
or 10
exceptionally skilled
times
team of witches and wizards
from
to
start to
guide you.
finish to see how people
Speaking of
react differently
guardians,
depending on how
and so
you
that I
speak
may
to them.
avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we
Clever
included in the field
enchantment
guide's map?
we
Unfold
included
it and
in
have a
the
look.
field guide's map. So if you want more immersion, you can actually get rid of the mini-map. So I don't know if you can get rid of all the UI elements or not, but the mini-map is certainly one that you could get rid of. So we've got chess field guide pages, 150 pages, 23 pages in the astronomy wing. Wow.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful.
So obviously it
Now,
rounded up
sounds like
to that
you've quite a day
1%.
ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade
Got quite the
for
day ahead of
supplies,
us.
including your own wand. You'll enjoy
Including
Mr.
your
Ollivander.
wand.
He's an
Yes.
exceptional craftsman and
Mr.
good
Ollivander.
friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious
No
rocket.
finer
For
wand
now,
maker.
Focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Owls for the 5th years and the newts for the 6th years. Welcome to Hogwarts. We got a charmed compass. Hey, look at that. Got another page. Charmed compass will lead you to anything you're tracking.
We've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment.
Lenora
Everyone
from
thinks I'm utterly
Hufflepuff.
balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting.
Her posture.
I never noticed it before.
She looks okay there, but sometimes it looks like she's kind of hunched over there at the beginning.
More to this.
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
All
I
right.
did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some
Casting
kind.
Lumos has some kind of
not sure
effect,
what to
but
do
don't know
next.
what to do next.
Are there any other empty paintings like this around the school?
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest.
Interesting.
If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As
So
good
here
a
we
place as
go.
any to begin.
Unlocking
If I
little
have the time, I may look. Could be
bits
intriguing.
and pieces
I've
of
been racking my brains
puzzles
long
and
enough.
riddles and
I
side
hope
quests.
you'll have better luck than I have.
Like the whole
Come
castle
and find me if you spend
seems like it's
something
just
illuminating
bubbling,
solves the
bubbling over with question marks.
That spot
But we're
must be
being
a clue.
introduced to them
I should look around in case
a little
it's
bit more
nearby.
slowly. So there we go. So, and then there's a whole bunch of little butterflies or something there. So let's have a look around.
Revelio.
There's a door over here. We'll have to come back to it. There's obviously something that we're missing.
This looks like the location from the painting.
Flue Network. There we
What'll
go.
be so special about it?
Add these things to the repertoire, as it were. Yeah, like it's not dark, but why is this person sitting down? Sitting down on the floor. Potions. Morgan and Burks. Another callback. Activity in the wee hours of the night. Hey, look at that. We got a scarf.
Revelio.
Alright, so find the location.
What are you up to now?
Here we go.
Lumos. Revelio.
Oop, another page. Almost walked right past it. The pages seem like they're pretty easy to pass up if you're not like right there.
Lumos.
Oh, okay, not a butterfly, a moth. Well, that makes a lot of sense then. And now, swish and flick. Okay, what do we do? Just
I knew there was a connection.
let it go.
I should tell Lenora that I saw
There
the
we
puzzle
go.
empty frame.
And then we get a field guide page. How nice. Okay, now we need to talk to her. She's up there, Lenora.
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
All right.
You did? How?
You did? How? I'm not telling
I
you.
found the
You're
location
just a
depicted in the
Hufflepuff.
painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it.
So
You have
close,
a knack
but
for
so
solving
far
riddles.
away.
Matty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain.
Oof.
Well, I'm glad someone figured it
Put
out.
Amit under the bus. Haven't even met the guy.
I should have seen that.
There we go. Like a moth to a frame. How nice.
Revelio.
So, like every 20 feet you need to
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to
cast Revelio so you're not missing anything. Look at the detail. All the different paintings. The grand staircase. Books or pages that are floating around. The doors. Yeah, on one hand, I would kind of want like to hit a button to open it. Oop, speaking of. There we go. Wyvern fountain, or wyvern. Ooh, look at that. Another flue flame. Peeves. Kind of want to avoid peeves. These locks. Level 1 lock, level 2 lock. All highly disturbing, I think.
Revelio.
I want to unlock everything right now. Man, the glossiness of the stone. Maybe a marble or... All right. Private eyes. They're watching you.
Is that all you've got?
Is that all you've got? Uh-oh.
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull.
It was a token from the great poacher raid of 18.
Only one black dragon skull.
You've heard of it. Now,
The great
you may be
poacher
asking
raid.
yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise,
Nice.
age matters very little. Today,
Age
we will
matters
review a spell
little.
that has saved me
Experience.
from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso!
She got him.
Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially
Unspeakable?
in the heat of battle. Now,
What's an unspeakable?
let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Alright. Yes, another spell. I like how you're going along and then there's something coming after you. Upside down 5.
Levioso.
Kind of makes sense.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Alright, try something a little larger. Looks like the room of requirement dummies. Although, they were kind of sentient. Weren't they? Or at least they floated around. I don't remember.
With a basic cast.
Ooh, this guy's got a shield. Zap.
See how the dummy deflected your cast. This time, cast Levioso first, then
Cast
basic
Leviosa.
Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent. As Master
Leviosa. Not Leviosa. There we go. Just keep on going. Down goes Goliath.
Good, but the best
Very
way to practice
good.
is by dueling. We'll
Dueling?
start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
We'll start with you two. Hey, Cressida's in
A fair duel.
my Defense Against the Dark Arts class.
Cast and Protego. You may begin.
You may begin. Take him down. Ah, you thought Protego was gonna save you. Incorrect.
For this adept.
Ooh, stupefy. Oh, you thought your Protego was gonna help you? Nope.
When your opponent's guard is down.
Not bad for a beginner. You get as good as you get.
Well, he's a good sport about it. Mr. Sallow of Slytherin.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points
Yes.
to Gryffindor.
Thank you.
Points to
Professor Hack. Glad to have the
Gryffindor.
opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it.
Interesting.
A classroom
All right.
is one thing, but battling dark
Or
as ever more likely goblins, is a different
Or ever
kettle
more
of
likely
Grindelows
goblins.
entirely.
There's a different kettle of Grindelows.
So, I
Grindelows.
advise you to keep
The
practicing
callbacks.
whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's
So we need
enough
to go
spectacle
talk
for
to
one day. Class is
Mr.
dismissed.
Sallow. Sebastian.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the
Nice.
other way around. Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to
Keep things friendly.
Revelio.
Yeah, why is it they're always on a table to duel? Couldn't they just have, like, the mat?
Nice work.
Alright, Sebastian, what's up?
Well, that duel was quite something.
Everyone will be talking about
It
it.
was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling.
Ooh, an expert. Buttering me up, are you?
didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand.
It's not even my wand.
Perhaps this
It's a
wasn't
second-hand
your
wand.
first duel.
In fact,
Well,
it was.
yeah, since that was supposed to
Perhaps I
be
had an knack for it.
secret,
Be coy
say
if you
nope,
like, but I
that was
know
my first
better.
one.
Magic requires
I know
intention
better.
and
It requires
You know,
intention and
You
talent.
might be a
Perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned.
dueling
Woo!
organization.
Unsanctioned.
Exclusive and unsanctioned.
Count me in.
Excellent.
And the professor's
Right
right
about
back there saying,
If you want
the
to
what,
get
the what?
most out of your time
What the
at
what?
Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then.
Ooh, break the
Whether
rules.
it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the
Restricted section of the
You
library.
just have
Who
to
would
be
do
clever
that?
enough Not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Just
I'll
don't
keep
get
that in
caught.
mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting.
Alright, it's a restricted section for a reason, so
Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned. We'll see if you're
somewhere unsanctioned.
or actual skill. Look for
Luck
the
or
congratulating near the
skill?
clock tower entrance.
Only time will
If
tell.
you're interested.
Alright, so we can go talk to him for that side quest for the unsanctioned dueling club. Ooh, look at that. Extra 20 hit points. I'll take it.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a
So
duel.
is that all we get? We get hit points with every level? I mean, not that I'm complaining.
I've always said that
Flu Network.
broadens the mind.
Let's see. I mean, just looking around. I love just looking around. Like I've got so much to do. Find the field pages and learn how to open locks and talk to some guy about dueling club. Oop, there's another. Look at that. Almost passed by it.
Lumos.
For a second I forgot how to start it. So, have to look for that spot. That's kind of cool.
Revelio.
There we go. Another Flu Flame. Flu Flame. Flu Flame. Flu Flame. Yeah, I'm just in awe of the level of detail that was put into Hogwarts. And it wasn't all stuff that you would see in the book or the movie. It was stuff that had to come about, you know, extrapolated from all of that. You know, like what kind of art was there, not only in that time period, but time periods previous. Now that looked similar to what I saw on that Moth Frame. Well, there we go.
Lumos.
Now I just have to remember how to get back to it. Nobody even blinks an eye that you got a wand out with a giant moth. Let's see, it's got to be around here somewhere. Ah, I remember that guy, so that must be it. There we go. Beautiful. Feels like a lot for a field guide page. At least it's not too far away. Alright, let's get to Charms class. I'm glad that the mini-map is there because I need it. Especially in the beginning. Further on, maybe not. For a second, I thought it was a whole bunch of moths right next to the door instead of charmed paper cranes.
Here, behind you.
Hey,
There is
an open seat.
Here.
Thank you.
See what she has to say, and then go from there.
I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
All right, another spell that we can learn, Accio. Accio book.
Accio.
Nice.
That is not
It's almost
bad.
like turning it into a magnet.
You are a swift learner. I
Remember
see
that
a lot
one,
of potential, but remember,
the
potential is
Triwizard
nothing without practice.
tournament
Keep at it.
where they
You might just rival
he just held out the wand.
Very good,
and
everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem
it
to have
took
the basics down,
it took a
and is an
long
exceptionally lovely day,
time.
I was thinking
It felt like
we might
forever
have ourselves
waiting for a
little
broom to show
excursion
up.
outside for a
So it's not
spot
even
of
like
fresh
straight
air.
line.
After me.
So maybe because we're just learning it. But did we just learn it as a 5th year? No, 4th year. 4th year. This was a review.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery.
Seems like some
as
of
I'm
the,
sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So,
I feel like a basic
what
spell.
better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
All right, so go outside. Look at this. Play some bocce.
So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Why don't we put our newest student on the spot?
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the
All right, so we need
relinquish
to
your charm at the last
tap the
possible
button
moment.
to start and then
Now,
tap the button
think
to
of this
stop.
like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick
Like
is to pull the
gobstones,
sphere
except
as
in
far as
reverse.
possible, but not a bit more.
Pull it as far as possible, but
Now,
not until
I
it
could keep
falls.
talking about theory all day,
Alright, let's
but
see.
practice is the best professor. Show us
I don't know,
how
like
it's
acceleration, deceleration
That's
could
it.
be tricky. Ooh, that was way too hard. Held it too long there. Let's try it again.
Splendid.
And oh, it slowed down really fast. So this is practice. Oh yeah, that was not even as good as the last time. Although I feel like that would have been
Points to
top
Gryffindor.
marks for that
But
second
there's
one.
certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss
Competition.
Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Alright, so her turn first. Okay, so it's just 10, 20, 30, and 50. 50 points, man. That seems like a big jump. Of course she got 50 points. Of course she did. Alright. Ooh, stop. Stop.
Excellent.
Whoa. That should be double for being on the edge. Man, she gets it like right, just right inside. That's crazy. Alright, stop. 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 Oh. 0 points. Wah wah. Well, yeah, that's not great. 150. Alright. Let's see if I can knock some of hers off. Ooh. Did I get the points for that? Yes. I mean, she got a perfect score on that, and I got... I only tied her because I knocked one of hers off. Let's see, make it more interesting. I'll bet 20 galleons.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You
Alright.
need it. This round settles it all.
This round settles it all. Oh, not perfect this time around. So I have a chance. So I wasn't supposed to win the last one.
That's it.
Let us see this.
Ooh, 50 points. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. Perfect.
Watch this.
I got 50 and knocked her 50 off.
That is how
Ooh, and I won. Shouldn't it be automatic? Trying to walk through her, or she was trying to walk through me, one or the other. Don't ask me why I did that.
Not to worry.
All I had to do was get it on 10 points and I'd win.
Very good,
oh well.
both of you.
That's just
Well
good
done.
sportsmanship. Go for the tie. So there we go. We got 2 new spells.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Leviosa and Accio.
A tight game.
Well done, well
It turns out
done.
we were evenly matched. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
It gets easier. What are you talking about?
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
Yeah. So there's like the nice response and then the jerk response, and that's it.
I transferred
There's no in
just
between.
before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new
So
country.
Uganda has a school as well.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the
Ooh, and
largest
that's the
wizarding
largest
school in
school.
the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts.
So
But it
considerably
never seemed intimidating or
larger.
overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon.
Mountains
It
of
is
the
not so much a
Moon.
castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside.
It's kind of like
I remember the
Wakanda.
first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous
Oh, okay,
school
floating.
that seemed to be
Floating in midair,
This may
but
seem an odd question,
invisible
but is
to
magic the same there as it is
all
here?
the muggles. I wonder what they call them in
But I did
Africa.
have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here.
Non-magic
Hardly
people.
anyone at Wagadu uses one.
Because in
You can cast spells without
like
a
England,
Oh yes.
England,
I find
Scotland,
wandless magic to be much more
that
instinctive.
UK area,
Not to mention
it's
quite convenient if one is without their wand.
muggles,
I mastered
In
it,
North
however,
America
but I am
or
growing
U.S.,
quite fond of
it's
using
Nomage. So I wonder what, like Beauxbatons, what do they call Muggles, and
It's
what
nice to learn
do
about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking.
the
I do miss
Uganda
Lagadu, but I am glad to be
wizards
here at Hogwarts.
call
I think
Muggles,
Professor Vernon
etc.,
wants to talk to you.
Durmstrang,
Better not keep him waiting.
etc., etc.
Until next time.
Since everyone seems to have their own
Of course.
nomenclature
A word, if
and
you
no
were
wands.
so inclined.
You wanted to speak with me,
You want to
Professor?
speak with
I
me,
did.
Professor?
I trust your first charms lesson
Yes.
lived up to expectation.
Well,
It was
an
kind of
outdoor
fun,
competition
actually.
wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting,
Not
sir.
staying in
What
a
charm is
stuffy
there in
room
the
the whole time.
And what a close match between you and Miss Onai.
Professor Ronan is obviously a
I enjoyed
Slytherin.
the match.
Miss Onai is always
House
a fierce
Pride.
competitor.
That's what that is.
Though I sense
He's got the
that she is
little
a bit
serpent
distracted of late.
clasps on his robe and then
Now,
the green
Professor Weasley
interior.
has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am
But that's a sign of a good
preparing for you.
teacher. Make learning something fun. You get a handle on it faster and remember it longer, I think. Yeah, all these things that you can't get because it's locked away.
You're the new
Yeah, I think
student,
they're all
aren't you?
paper
Hello,
cranes.
you wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet
Samantha
you.
Dale.
You're the student everyone's been whispering about.
You're the
Hope
one
your first
everyone's
day's
been
going well.
whispering
You
about.
certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
Yeah,
My brother
I feel
William
like
told me not to be
you
so
either
humble and to trust
speak
your
humbly
abilities.
or you
Then again, he tends to
speak
be
like a
overconfident in his.
know-it-all. Speaking
Better
of
see to my
know-it-alls,
charms
so
homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
all right. Man, I just feel like there's so much to investigate, so much to learn and do, and it feels all the more overwhelming. I just want to do everything. So let's go ahead and talk to Professor Weasley, and then sign off. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.
Revelio.
A 142 staircases, and this is where they put me. If someone gets struck by a curse...
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
PlayStation